I've got Hasbro's latest 2-packs with Beat Tyranno and Sword Dran, a 2-pack that I like a lot and one that I don't really like that much. Let's take a look at the latest release. Hello everyone, and for this video, this is the Beyblade X Hasbro Wave 3 2-packs video. So technically speaking, Wave 3 is supposed to be intended for the January 2025 date. However, some stores get a little bit early. Want to give a huge shout out to Aru and his friend Kai's Call. It's thanks to them I was actually able to do this video, so huge shout out to them. So that's the video. We're going to be taking a look at one 2-pack I consider to be pretty good, and another 2-pack I consider to be not so good for the Beyblade choices that they had. And as well, if you are new here, subscribe and comment your thoughts. What would you like to see Hasbro pick for future waves? And let us get started. Alright, now let's first go over the 2-pack of the Sword, Dran, and Gale Wyvern, where I do have kind of this issue that I do want to bring up. So when Hasbro is doing all of these waves, they're obviously going to have a limited amount that they can do per wave, so there are limited slots. So what I would say is I don't really like the fact that we are getting Sword, Dran, and Gale Wyvern that's from like the early random booster stuff, when if they're gonna have Beat Tyranno and they're gonna pick some selection from that. If you want an example, what could have been a better choice if you want a stamina type and a balance type? Hey, look at this. Look at that. Chain Incendio and Dagger Dran from that same random booster that Tyranno came from. Wow, this would have been way better choices. These bays are way more appealing and more relevant in the third wave, in my opinion at least. It just feels like a misstep by Hasbro, and you do have to say it because a lot of times Hasbro kind of gets all this praise, whatever, but I feel like there are times too where you're gonna be like, yeah, you know, it's nice we have the base 1-to-1 and everything now, compared to like the previous generation where we kind of suffered quite a bit, but you know, they still need to do like better choices because we can't get every single release possible. Now, regardless, I'm still going to go over this 2-pack as best I can. 3, 2 on the rip. That was a good try, actually. To give a system overview, your blade is the main thing that makes contact with your opponent. Your ratchet determines both height and burst resistance. Your bit also determines burst resistance because of the shaft, but the bottom also determines your movement pattern, so what type of Beyblade you are. Alright, now going over to the part by part, Gale Wyvern is a stamina blade. Now Gale Wyvern, I feel, technically by the time Wave 3 everything happens, it is really irrelevant because of Wand Wizard, but Gale Wyvern's like, it's an okay stamina type blade. It's comparable to that of Arrow Wizard and Scythe Incendio. I would generally think with stuff like Sting Unicorn or even a Phoenix Wing, it probably does get bullied a little bit. However, I do like it on some low height attack combinations, so if you want to try to work it with that, go ahead, and best of luck when combo creating for this blade. It's a little hard to use. 360, I would say, is a solid low height ratchet. I can't really go anything else beyond that, so hey, let's talk about Taper. Taper is a bit that has a lot of good stamina and control compared to that of regular flat, which is a lot more aggressive. I say it's a solid bit to be using for any aggressive combinations if you just want control and a little bit more of that endgame stamina. Now, we also have Sword Dran, which I think is an okay attack blade. It has very explosive contact points that do kind of wear over time, so it won't be as nearly effective as it is meant, but it doesn't really do too much to be really that much to detriment. I think it's good enough, I guess. You also get 380. 380 is a tall ratchet. 80 height is very hard to use just because you're super tall, so you're gonna really maybe use it on stamina and defense stuff. I have seen people maybe try to use it on like balance stuff, so I guess if you've managed to find something that can work best with 80, go for it. And ball is just a solid stamina type bit, so you can't really go wrong there. So again, the selection here is not really bad. I just think we could have picked probably more newer relevant stuff if they're gonna do a 2-pack. Now we're gonna be moving on to the Beat Tyranno 2-pack that also has a knife Shinobi. So this one is a really weird thing because I don't even think this needed to be a 2-pack because they're basically throwing in a bay that they've already released before and there's no real difference to it. I do want to mention this, but there have been times where Hasbro would re-release a bay of the original combination, but then after just do like a cool color variant. It's very odd here that there's no modifications or changes at all. I'm wondering if the Shinobi blade just did not sell well and maybe that's why they kind of just recycled it for this 2-pack. I understand if they didn't want to put the prize of Shadow in a 2-pack and they want to maybe save it for a future wave, but then you could have probably just given one of the Shinobis, I don't know, you could have given like the gold one that's like a balance type combo, or you could have given the attack. Oh, actually you can't do 2 attacks, so I guess balance if they want to do 2 different types in a 2-pack would have been cooler, in my opinion. Alrighty, let's get it. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. I actually got it. I actually got it. Wow. Okay, so let's just quickly go over Knife Shinobi. So they kind of advertise this as a defensive blade. I don't really like it too much for defense just because I feel it's really light and doesn't really hold too much defensive capabilities. It's possible to be used for it. I do feel its best potential is on attack combinations. It is, by the way, an echo that of Horned Rhino. So it's a little bit more aggro for the shape and you kind of have a little bit of a curve. So maybe sometimes you can upper KO opponents. On attack combinations, maybe you can get Shinobi working okay, I guess, you know, sure, why not? The other parts you get into is 480. 480 I think is probably one of the worst for the ratchets, mostly just because it's very easy to burst 4 sides compared to any of the other sides, so I don't really like using it. On super low height like 60, maybe it doesn't matter too much, but on 80, I don't really like it. High needle is a decent enough defense bit. It is 1 millimeter taller than that of regular needle, and I think it's okay if you want to be using it for defensive combinations, so that's pretty nice. Now we're gonna go over Beats Tyranno, which is the main appeal of this, because the only other way you can get this is literally in the random booster, so easy way to get is always a W for Hasbro, so that's the easiest wins that they can have in this generation. Beat Tyranno is, I would say, probably one of my favorite blades to use in Beyblade X. It has a very good shape where it's rounded off, but also really aggressive, so you could use Beat Tyranno on defensive combinations, and I think it can tank pretty well, or on offensive stuff. It's really good at stopping attackers' momentum and overpowering them and outspinning them sometimes in the end game, so I really actually like this blade. Very happy to have it now. The other parts you get in this 470, I've already mentioned 4 sides. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Even on 70 heights, no. You're better off using either 370 whenever they release it or 570. If you manage to make it work, I don't know, sure. Speaking of trying to make things work, Quake. Quake is probably one of the funnest bits to ever use in Beyblade X. Its gimmick is just jump. It just jumps like crazy. In the Hasbro Stadium, it's a lot of fun. My only thing is that I don't know if it's a competitive bit, because you're jumping around like crazy. Unless you maybe got like super control in practice, you might self-KO really easily. So I would say maybe best for a for fun bit, but it's definitely, if you can manage to make, if you can win with Quake in an event, that is like insane amounts of work. That is an insane potential that you have as a blader to win with it. Alrighty, now fully assembled, this is what Beat Tyranno looks like, and very nice looking. A mighty attacker to bite into the opponents. Alright, now we have Knife Shinobi. Still really dislike the fact they literally changed nothing about this at all, not even like at least like a recolor of it. Fully assembled, you have your lovely little sword drawn right here. Almost dropped it, saved myself right there. Lastly, your Gale Wyvern right here. Alrighty, so now let's get into battles, but one quick thing to mention. In Beyblade X, to burst, you have to twist to unlock. So if I have a bit that has low resistance like High Needle, it's gonna be very easy to actually unlock. However, if I get a bit like Quake, where there's a thick part on the shaft there that's gonna give it more resistance, it's gonna be a lot harder to twist in turn. Now, this is not the end-all, be-all, just things to consider. So I'm joined here by the amazing and talented, powerful blader that is my mother. And we're going to be doing a test launch for each of these bays. So we'll first start off with Beat Tyranno, see how it does in the stadium. Grip. Okay, let's stop it. Let's after launch Knife Shinobi. Rip. Your basic little defense type. Gonna lose probably really fast. Sword drawn. 3, 2, 1, rip. Last one is gonna be our Gale. Wyvern. 3, 2, 1, rip. So between the yellow and the gray one, you will be picking. 3, 2, 1, rip. I don't know. Rip. 3, 2, 1, rip. Oh my god. Easy OS. Easy OS. Rip. Yeah, nice try, nice try.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Rip.
No!
Rip.
No!
Rip. Blink and you'll miss it. I missed it. Rip.
God, you missed so many times. You had so many tries and you still missed it.
I think I win. Otherwise, you won by extreme. You won by extreme and no. No, okay. Dylan, rip. I care, because I win.
I know, but you don't. You don't.
Ooh.
That's where you won. You don't. No, please. Oh.
Now look, Dylan, rip. Oh my god, I win. Watch.
Okay, I want to watch. Please don't.
Oh god.
No.
So violent these bays.
Are you going down, please?
Okay.
Wait,
Who wins?
wait, don't touch. No!
Next up is these. No, these two. Okay, so this one's gonna most likely lose. Okay, so yeah, that.
Okay.
Three chilling grip. Oh my god! Whoa! Whoa! Three chilling grip. Hey.
No! Come on!
Chilling grip. You're not gonna win like that. Probably.
Oh god.
Okay, chilling grip. Look at the jump! You want to try the yellow?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're using the yellow, and I'll be using the red one.
Yeah.
Chilling grip. Chilling grip. Blink and you'll miss it. Chilling grip. Blink and you'll miss it. I missed it. Chilling grip. Blink and you'll miss it. Oh, great. It hit the protective lens. Oh my god, I almost went in the pocket again. I think it jumped out of the pocket, actually.
You got it.
Chilling grip. Bye-bye. No, but for real, say goodbye.
Wow! Wow! Come on! Wow! That was good. That was a...
Chilling grip. Blink and you'll miss it. Oh! Chilling grip. Chilling shit. Oh my god! My victory!
What the fuck are you doing? You're not even hitting me.
Oi! Chilling grip.
No. What the fuck?
Chilling grip. Okay, we'll do these to the end off. The boring ones. Chilling grip. I don't know why you're afraid to use Gale. Wyvern. Chilling grip. Oh my god. 3, 2, and go. Thanks so much for that. Alrighty, so for my final thoughts overall, I would just say I feel that Hasbro has a lot of good choices that they do, generally speaking, per wave, and sometimes there are like these very questionable choices. I would hope for the future that when Hasbro's picking their selection that's very limited, that they pick content that makes sense and is either new and relevant, or it's not really wasted slots. I can understand maybe if it makes sense, like maybe if they picked like a Buster Dran from like the Stadium set recolor, or like or something like that makes sense to recycle. But certain other things I'm thinking like, I don't know. But either way, I would say Tyranno is really awesome. I really wish it was just a starter, not a 2-pack, but either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are new here, subscribe to the channel and comment your thoughts. And as well, molaveys.com. We have Japanese Beyblade X products and Beyblade Burst products of the past. It's an optional way to support the channel. I appreciate any support regardless. There is also my Amazon affiliate link, which I think the US one at least works, so you can check it out. Wave 3 is not going to be on there just because it's not officially out yet. Eventually I'll add it. I get a little bit of commission if you use the link, so... yeah, but... Thank you for watching, and shout out to any of the Quake users. If you use Quake, based. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I don't know what to do with this knife Shinobi, so... Take care and bye!